Hey, good morning, everybody. This is April at the Resellers Learning Curve. Happy Wednesday, I think it is. Midweek, it feels like my days start to run together, blur together a little bit. So I believe it's Wednesday. So happy Wednesday to you. So if my energy seems a little down this morning, there is a reason. It's because working in my workroom this morning, my home office, and trying to package 2 items for shipment, I came to a realization that I think I've known for some time, but the realization is I have to go on a sourcing freeze. A serious sourcing freeze. Now, this is going to be tough for me. It's going to be tough because I use thrifting as a therapeutic tool. I really enjoy thrift stores. Like I love thrift stores. This is why it does not bother me to sacrifice my lunch and lots of other things I could be doing every single day to go to Goodwill or to go to Salvation Army or to go to a consignment store. Every single day I'm at a thrift store on my lunch break, which could be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours depending on the day. My schedule shifts. And every single day after work I spend another 2 hours minimum, sometimes 3 hours at thrift stores. So that's 4 to 5 hours a day that I'm at thrift stores. And I know that some people say, oh my goodness, like how do you find such amazing things? Well, there's your answer. Spend 4 to 5 hours a day at thrift stores. That's how I find amazing things. That's excessive by any stretch of the imagination. That's super excessive. But as I've always shared in my videos, as I've been very transparent about, I'm an addict. That's just my nature. When I first started reselling, one of the reasons that I started reselling is because early in my recovery from alcoholism, I was a shopper. I was an avid shopper because I had the luxury of being able to do so. I didn't work, but I was unemployed at a time when unemployment benefits were being extended indefinitely. So it felt so for a good strong 2 years I was on unemployment. And I shopped, oh my goodness, I shopped on eBay, I shopped at retail stores, always looking for a bargain. That's always been my thing. Then I started moving towards the thrift stores. Once I started moving towards the thrift stores, I started to see the potential of reselling. And I would say there was probably a period of 6 months, maybe to a year, maybe 6 months to a year, where I did not do much shopping at all. And this is the period between when I was getting ready to leave the sober house and before I started reselling. I didn't do much shopping, but then I needed to make money, and I had this idea that I could do it by going to the thrift store and flipping items. The person that I was dating at the time was very supportive of the idea. So we did a little RA, we did a little bit of retail arbitrage, we did a little bit of thrift shopping, thrifting to flip, and it was an exciting time. I sold items, and I remember being so excited about a $10 sale or a $15 sale. At the time, I wasn't really doing the math on what that looks like. I thought if I got an item for $3 and sold it for $10, that was a profit, not taking into account shipping and fees and all of those other things that you have to take into account. So I've been progressively increasing, I think, the role that thrifting has played in my life, to the point that now it's too much. It's too much. 4 hours a day for somebody in my position, my job, what I do, being a mom to 2 kids. I want to say single mom, but you know, it's not like my kids don't have fathers in their life. So I can't really say I'm a single mom, like I have no help, because that's not the case. That's not my testimony. That's not my story. But I do have primary physical custody of my children 24/7. So for the most part, you know, I'm gonna try to do some different things. And the other reason that I really am needing to do a sourcing freeze is there's organization things I have to do in my storage unit. My goal is to purge between 350 and 400 items from my eBay store that have been listed over 2 years, that are listed for less than $20, that just they're not doing anything for me. I want to scale my eBay store way back, and then I want to build it back up, because some of the things that I have in my backlog right now are amazing. They are amazing, but they're in my backlog. And my backlog is so extensive that I can't even get in my workroom. And not only can I not get in my workroom, I spent last night cleaning all of the clothing inventory that it somehow ends up in my bedroom, and then there's stuff in the living room, and then there's stuff, it's everywhere, guys, it's everywhere. So I'm going on a sourcing freeze for the month of April. This is starting April the 1st. So April the 1st through the end of April, I cannot do any shopping. Now, I'm going to still look in thrift stores, because like I said, that's a huge part of how I stay calm, how I de-stress at the end of a day. I'm still going to look in the thrift stores. But if I purchase an item, it's going to have to be a super compelling case and something that would just be a total reseller fail if I passed it up. A good example, Deb and I were talking about this recently. I picked up a Majestic vacuum cleaner, and it was $15. Those things sell for hundreds of dollars. If I would not have picked that up, that's what you call a reseller fail. So something like that I would have to pick up. But if it's not like a under 20 flipping for over 200 purchase, I'm not messing with it in the month of April, because I am on a sourcing freeze. So I would love to hear you guys' experience, comments, suggestions, tactics to stay strong during the sourcing freeze, because I've never really been able to do one. I talk about them all the time, but I've never actually been able to do one. And if I could actually get through the month of April and focus on organization and purging and listing, I want to personally list 200 items in the month of April. That is my personal goal, to list myself. Like, that's not counting anything that I'm paying people to help me list. I'm talking about me personally. I want to list 200 items in April. That's 50 items a week. So 2-3 hours a day that I would be outsourcing, because like I said, I'll still look around at thrift stores, so I might do a little bit, but that 2 to 3 hours a day I could spend listing, and I could do 10 items a day and 50 items a week and list 200 new items. But while I'm listing those 2 items, I'm also going to be purging. Like I said, I'm going to be purging 350 to 400 items from my eBay store that have been there too long, or they're just not enough. There's not enough margin to make them worth my while to continue to carry them in my store and store them in my storage unit. So that is my plan for April. And April, as you know, is the first month of the second quarter. And so I think that if I focus on this in April, I'll be able to get my store where I want it to be by the end of the second quarter. And by the third quarter, I'll be poised to be very, very successful, because like I said, the things in my backlog are absolutely incredible. I'm excited about them. I'm excited to get them listed, but I can't get them listed if I'm spending all of my time at thrift stores. Hence, April will be a sourcing freeze. So like I said, I would really love to hear feedback from you guys in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. I know I owe you guys a reseller research methods one-on-one video tomorrow or Friday, and I am working on that, so that will be on time. That is coming. Have a good day. Find some awesome things. Be sure to post those in the group. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.